What's going on, you guys? TBR here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another King of Fighters All-Star video. And welcome to the Saturday Chat and Chill. Happy weekend to all of you out there. I hope you all have an awesome weekend. In today's video, what else will we be talking about outside of that major news that we had break the other day about the Street Fighter V collaboration? But we're also going to be talking about the teaser footage that they released late last night, the first look at this collaboration. Admittedly, there isn't a whole lot to look at there, but I do want to take this video and this opportunity as a way to give you guys a little bit more information that we have learned over the course of the past couple of days, just to kind of round it all up into one video, because I have noticed there are quite a few people out there that are still confused on certain things and have been asking a lot of the same questions. So I'm going to attempt to break that down in today's video. I'm also going to outline what we can expect to see with the next February update, which will come before the Street Fighter V collaboration update. So we have a lot to go over in today's video, but before we get into all of that and more, make sure if you guys haven't already done so, you smash that like button and subscribe if you enjoy daily King of Fighters All-Star content such as this. And let's go ahead and get into the Saturday Chat and Chill. Cue the intro. You guys, so before we go ahead and take a look at the teaser footage for the Street Fighter V collaboration, I first want to go ahead and clear up a little bit of confusion that's been going around the community when it comes to what the next update is going to be for February. Now, before we get to the Street Fighter collaboration, first we're going to have an update this month. It is outlined in this developer note, and I just want to go ahead and clear up any confusion that you guys might have on that based on what they say here. So everything I'm about to tell you guys is pretty much outlined in this, but I have noticed quite a few people have been confused, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys just a brief outline, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at that footage. So first up here, the first thing you should know, the dispatch system is confirmed to be in February. It is listed right there. So the dispatch system is going to be something that we should see in an update next week. So keep that in mind. This system here we've already talked about should be a fantastic system that's inclusive to everybody, and everybody should be really, really happy with this. Now, the next thing I want to mention here is they do go in and they do talk about this new growth system, this new EX change-up effect. So basically, this is something that we should be able to expect next week. Now, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details of how I feel about this thing one way or the other until it's implemented. I don't necessarily like to make knee-jerk reactions to this type of content until I know everything about it, and then I can give a more informed opinion. However, when it comes up to the change-up system, more than likely what this is going to affect is obviously the Boss Syndrome Volume 6 release window. Now, everybody has been assuming that Boss Syndrome Volume 6 would be the next banner, and that could still be the case. However, I think that it is probably a lock at this point that we're going to see some sort of rerun for Boss Syndrome Volume 1, which would be Boss Syndrome Orochi and Boss Syndrome Omega Rugal. That way people can take advantage of this change-up system, and that way they can go ahead and give people that new method or whatever those new methods are to obtain these memories. So chances are this is going to be something we see with this update next week, and that could affect whether or not we see a Boss Syndrome Volume 6 banner. We do not know if they're going to be doing both of these things, if they're going to be doing one of them, which would obviously be this, if they're wanting to capitalize on this new system. So we could be seeing and living in a timeline where Boss Syndrome Volume 6 is bumped to after the collaboration, but we're only going to know that for sure by waiting and seeing. So I just wanted to go ahead and point that out to you guys. The other thing that they do mention in here is, of course, going to be this new emblem system. This thing here, to my knowledge, from what I could tell from reading through this again, I don't see any confirmation on when this is going to be available. This could be part of the update. Otherwise, it might be something we're going to be waiting a little bit longer on. But either way, we can pretty much set our watches to the fact that we're going to be seeing the change-up system as well as this new dispatch system. So like I said, that could affect Boss Syndrome Volume 6. It might not. We do not know. I just wanted to make sure that I went ahead and cleared that up for people. Again, all the information is going to be linked in the description, but I figured I would go ahead and clear that up. Now, with that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the teaser footage for Street Fighter V that was released late last night. We're going to see what we can infer from that, and then I'm going to give you guys some more information and go in depth on that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, you guys, so we are going to be slowing this thing down, so if you want to check it out in its entirety, like I said, I did post it on my channel late last night. Link will be in the description, but what we're going to do is we're going to slow this down, we're going to take a look at it, and we're going to see what we can infer from what we see here, and then I'm going to go over the information that seems to be data mined or leaked at this point, and I'm going to give you guys kind of more information on what we might be able to expect with this roster. I know we partially went over this the other day and talked about this, however, I do want to go ahead and elaborate on it because, again, I do notice a lot of confusion out there in the community on what to expect with this. So let's go ahead and take a look here and just see what there is to see. Now, admittedly, again, this is teaser footage. We don't have a whole lot of information that's new in this. And again, this was released late last night, but I just want to go ahead and take a look here and see what there is to see, and then we'll go ahead and talk about it. So as you guys can see, Street Fighter V obviously is confirmed at this point. We've known this for several days now. It's just really cool to see this on screen and in motion now because everybody's been begging for this collaboration for years, it seems like. Now, the first thing we see here is, of course, going to be Ryu next to Kyo. Got the two protagonists right next to each other. Now, when it comes to the character model for Ryu, looks fantastic. This is the same character model that you can view on the official website for the collaboration. So not a whole lot of new information here. We just kind of get to see him in motion. And yeah, looks very, very cool. Very happy to see what I'm seeing here with Ryu. He looks fantastic. And of course, you got him next to Kyo because why wouldn't you? So that is what we have there. Very cool to see these two characters side by side again. It has been a long time since I've seen this type of collaboration between these two companies, and I could not be more excited. Now, Chun-Li is a bit of a subject to contention in the community right now. Now, of course, there's a lot of people out there that are upset that there are two versions of Chun-Li in this collaboration. A lot of people would rather see another character in that second slot for Chun-Li, and I totally get it. Now, chances are one of these Chun-Lis is going to be a free character. Not necessarily sure on how we would acquire her, but they do confirm that there are two Chun-Lis. You can view those again over on the official website. Link will be in the description. The only one that they show in this teaser footage is this one here. Now, of course, I personally would rather see another character like Cammy in that second slot. However, do keep in mind, as we are aware of from other games out there as far as how their contracts work, if it's anything like it is here, then basically what we can expect for the back end here is that Netmarble has to pay more money if they want more specific characters or more original characters. So more than likely the Capcom collaboration was quite a bit of money to begin with. So it would make sense that we get one or two rerun characters or duplicate characters just to maybe cost cut there. You never know. But at the same time, this time around, we only get one, which I think is pretty fair. We've usually seen reruns in a lot of these collaborations on characters as far as duplicates. So I'm not overly worried about it, but I do agree I would rather see another character there. Like, why wouldn't you? But at the same time, I'm just thankful that we're getting this collaboration, and I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, whatever the hell that means. It's a saying, I don't know. But in motion, Chun-Li looks fantastic. Chun-Li always looks fantastic. I mean, does she ever look bad? So anyway, you got her next to Mai there, of course. So these are the two characters they confirm here. They also confirm the March release. Now, we already knew March 15th is more than likely going to be the release date. Again, that's the date listed on the official website. So for those of you wondering, the best we can guess right now is March 15th. That seems to be the date. Now, as far as the other characters in this collaboration, this is where I see a lot of people confused. So of course, the next slot we know is going to be that other version of Chun-Li, but then we have three other character roster slots that we aren't sure of. Now, there are quote-unquote leaks out there. There are also some data mines, and I will pop those up on screen here and kind of go over this. We've talked about this in the announcement video for this stuff, but I want to go ahead and elaborate. Now, this isn't confirmed, but it is probably pretty close based on the evidence that we see here. So the characters that we're probably going to see beyond what we already know is probably going to be Luke, Akuma, and then they list Vega. Now, the Vega one is pretty vague for some people because, and no pun intended there, but because in Japan, Vega is the name for M. Bison, it means dictator, so basically it's up in the air. It could be Vega proper for most global fans. Global fans would think of Vega as being the clawed, bloodthirsty assassin. Otherwise, for the Japanese audience, they would think M. Bison. So in general, I'm hoping it's M. Bison. For me personally, a Street Fighter collaboration would feel a little bit lackluster without him, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, we don't have confirmation. If you want to go by what is here in the leaks and what's in the data mines, then that does appear to be the roster. You know, whether that kind of shatters expectations or not, I don't know. Luke is a character I know a lot of people aren't exactly excited about, but knowing Capcom, they've been pushing him really hard, so it would make sense that they would want them to include him. But in general, that should be the roster. That's the best we can guess at this point based on the data, so that's what we're going to have to wait and see on. We don't have any more confirmation on the rest of this, but I would get the feeling that that would probably end up being mostly correct at this point. I know there's a lot of Ken fans out there that wish he was there and so on and so forth. You could go on and on all day about all these other characters that people would like to see. That's what's going to happen whenever you have an IP like Street Fighter that's super popular and has so many beloved characters. But in general, if it ends up being M. Bison in that last slot and it's the rest of the characters that we've already talked about, I'll be pretty happy with it overall. For me personally, I just want Akuma at this point. So anyway, you guys, that is going to be the Saturday Chat and Chill this week. I hope you all found it informative. I just wanted to go ahead and clear all that stuff up and take a look at this today. Again, links will be in the description to all this stuff. You let me know in the comments section down below what you feel about all these things. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out. But most importantly, have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. You all take care. Peace.
Continue.